42 years ago today, a young medical student mysteriously disappeared and has not been seen or heard from since.
Kathie Durst was the wife of Robert Durst, the late real estate heir accused of a string of killings across the country over 4 decades.
Our senior reporter, Tara Rosenblum, brings us up to date on her family and one detective's fight for justice beyond the grave.
Why are you 100% convinced that Kathie was killed by her husband, Robert Durst?
I don't know if it's a police intuition. I just feel that there is no one else other than Robert Durst who's responsible for her death.
Joseph Becerra was still in high school the day medical student Kathie Durst vanished from her South Salem home on this day back in 1982. But 17 years later, he'd receive a tip while on the job as a state police investigator that would forever alter the course of the widely publicized disappearance of the 29-year-old wife of real estate scion, Robert Durst.
Started with a tip on some individual that I arrested, and I started looking into it, and I was just bewildered and fascinated by the fact that this woman just basically fell off the face of the earth.
So Becerra reopened the case, a case that ultimately involved a string of killings in several states, multiple trials, and decades of intense media coverage. Shortly before his death last year, Durst was convicted of murdering his best friend Susan Berman out in California, and then indicted in Westchester County in the killing of his first wife, Kathie.
Why did it take so long for that indictment to happen here in the county where she disappeared?
If we had indicted him, it would be a no-body homicide, which are probably the toughest ones to solve. And things he said got the ball rolling in Los Angeles. Unfortunately, the one thing that I wanted to find out was where Kathie was buried. You know, Kathie came from a middle-class Irish Catholic family. They wanted to be able to bury her properly, and I couldn't give that to them.
None of that evidence was new. It was all information that had been out there beforehand. So why did it take so long?
I can't comment on why it took so long, but there were a lot of things that did come out during the Los Angeles trial that made us more confident that we could secure a conviction.
Meantime, Kathie Durst's family continues to fight for justice despite Durst's death, as a wrongful death civil suit winds its way through the courts of Westchester County. Tara Rosenblum, News 12.
To catch up on the rest of Tara's years-long coverage of Kathie and Robert Durst, head to the features section of news12.com and click on the Turn to Tara tab.